Take it from the top, Michael. Take it from the top.
Yeah, so boys, like Brian was talking about Viagra, Arian was talking about porn. It's so nice having a raging stiffy instead of depression after a game. Like, my God, I enjoyed this game so much. I am honestly flabbergasted. Like, the only thing I have, like, my biggest concern with this game is the defense. I literally think someone should like go into Google, type in Tottenham versus West Ham, take a screenshot of the statistics with the scoreline, right, and send it directly to Daniel Levy with the screenshot as an attachment, and say, "Buy defenders, you bold prick." Like, seriously, boys. Like, we, I don't care that we lost. We were fucking cooking. Like, so, I guess sorry for swearing, but the like cocaine was already mentioned, so probably like, there goes the monetization, right? But yeah, like boys, trust me, I was so like excited about every single passage of play. Of course, I was screaming at the monitor when we conceded those 3 goals, right? But yeah, like it's talk to me, boys. Talk to me, boys. Give me topics.
Talk to us. Talk to us, Michael. Who, like individually, Michael? Anyone impressed? Anyone surprise you on the pitch, potentially, or in either half?
Yeah. So like first things first, it was really funny for me that like the first goal was Perisic crossing the ball to Sanchez, who laid it off to Lo Celso, who scored the goal. Right, 3 names that we probably all judged to be like the first one out the door. And
Literally.
it was so funny for me, right? But I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't impressed with the defense with center backs much, right? With all of them, I should say, especially with Tanganga and Sanchez. But in terms of like who made a good impression on me, first of all, my boy Udoji, I was raving about us signing this guy 1 year ago. I was waiting for him to come, and I hope that this guy literally like takes this left back spot and establishes himself there and becomes our first choice. I was so pumped to see him play. I was so pumped to see our left back actually like take the ball and drive with it like through the pitch, right, and to do intricate plays with the left winger and with center mid. I was really impressed with Sar. I think that he played really well in the second half. There was a lot of like situations where he won those like 50-50 chances that the ball was up in the air and he suddenly like put his longest leg somehow in front of the West Ham player, won the ball, tried to pass it, intricate plays. Bissouma feels like a completely new signing, boys. Like, I am so pumped to see this guy play. I think that he suits both the number 6 and the number 8 role. I know he's not like the perfect destroyer for the number 6, right? But I still think in terms of when we play teams that we can like stamp our foot on them and show like the dominance like we did today against West Ham, I think Bissouma is perfectly suited for that number 6 role. What else? Alfie Devine, I absolutely loved seeing him. It's been a long time since he was on the pitch for us, and like boys, he really like played really well in that spot, and especially we have to consider that like right wing is not his like designed position, right? He is more of a central attacking mid, right? So he played really well there, but that's in terms of like Madison, of course. I think he was a bit quiet for like first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, but when he got into it, he actually started doing what we love Madison doing, right? Which was like really brave, creative passes, sometimes shooting, going into the box as a second striker, right? And yeah, like all the new signings pretty much I was impressed with. With Vicario, I would say that listen, I can't really blame him for the goals, right? Like all 3 of them were pretty much tap-ins or one-on-one situations. I think the Ings shot was really well placed. It was really hard for him to get down to save the ball. The second goal, not really blaming him for it. It's more on the center backs again, right? The center backs and the wide backs not defending properly at set pieces. But as you boys said, Postecoglou mentioned it in the press conference already, right? That they haven't worked on set pieces yet. So yeah, I am pumped. I am extremely pumped. I loved watching that game.
a quick touch on Manor Solomon. I'm not sure if you mentioned him in the first half.
Yeah, I forgot about Solomon. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. This boy is fucking cooking. I am so everyone is cooking, like except the defense. But yeah, it was so refreshing because like we kind of like to compare him to Sonny in terms of like he really likes to cut in on the right and shoot those curling shots, right? But I think he kind of shows a bit of a different style of playing left winger compared to Sonny. Like the cutting in on the right and shooting, they have that thing in common, right? But otherwise, like Solomon is really focused on dribbling and and like dynamic play, whereas Son is really like pacey and he's extremely quick and he really likes to like blast it through the defenders, right? So I really like it because it seems that we have a different profile of a winger, so that whenever one is not working, we can maybe try to substitute that player with another one, right? To try to change the game, which is something that I think we lacked, especially last season, right? We often substituted likes for likes or like players for clearly inferior versions, right? So right now with Solomon's performance, it really looks for me like he can contribute, and I hope that he will contribute, right? I really hope that we signed him not with the aim of cheating him like we did with Danjuma, right?
What about Richarlison? He had a second half which missed a handful of chances. What did you make of his performance in that second half?
That was a £60 million performance.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was raving about many players, and I actually said that defense is the only part that I didn't really like. Well, maybe let me caveat it with I wasn't impressed with Richarlison, but oh boy, it's really hard for me to judge. Like, listen, I don't want to like make definite judgments based on like 45 minutes of preseason football, right? It would be harsh and it would be like stupid of me to like deem Richarlison not suitable for the system or whatever, right? But the guy got caught like 3 times on the offside, like wasted 1 or 2 or 3 chances that let's be honest, 60 million like pound strikers should put away, right? So like again, I don't want to judge the guy, but I wasn't impressed this game, right? So I hope that he impresses me in 5 days, right? Next game is in 5 days, so
Sunday.
I hope he impresses me then, right?
Let's hope he does, Michael. But thank you so much for coming on. It's great to finally speak to some happy Spurs fans after so long, starved of a bit of attacking football, but 30 shots on goal to West Ham's 4, and we somehow lost this game today. But Michael, I'm looking forward to speaking to a more happy version of you throughout the season, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, of course, it was a pleasure speaking with you.